everybody, welcome to my BreyerFest 2023 haul video. I finally get to make a haul video for an in-person BreyerFest that I attended, which is like, I'm so happy. I've done BreyerFest hauls before, but they have obviously been for the virtual events that I have attended. And this one is for in-person BreyerFest 2023 driving forward. Side note, I am obviously not in the horse room. I am in my living room. We are currently in the process of moving into our first ever home. And the horse room is just a little bit chaotic right now. It's organized, but I feel like if I filmed this video up there right now, it would not be organized afterwards. So I'm doing that down here for the sake of my own sanity, and trying to keep our packing and organizing and all of that in check. I got home from BreyerFest 2 days ago, and it was the most magical week of my life. I truly don't have the words to describe it, so go watch my experience video because that will be able to describe it better than my words ever could. Also, I have so much BreyerFest content to share on Instagram as well as TikTok. I took over 1,000 pictures on my camera. I attended a bunch of different Breyer events around both the horse park and the Clarion throughout the week and was able to photograph all of it. So I will be sharing BreyerFest pictures and probably also videos for months. So if you want to see all of that, check out my other platforms, because I'll probably only get 2 or 3 actual YouTube videos out. So short format stuff, check out the other platforms, there's plenty. All of that said, I am going to break this video into 4 different portions, both by where I purchased the models and then also by scale. At this point, you guys know I'm an OF Breyer girly, and so obviously everything I brought home, with the exception of one thing, that was a gift, and I love it so much. But besides one thing, everything else that I'm about to show you guys is OF Breyer. So I'm going to break this into first models purchased direct from BreyerFest 2023, and then models purchased either at the Clarion or for pickups or anything that would be considered like secondhand. And then in those 2 halves, I'm also going to break it down by scale. So I'm going to go over the BreyerFest stablemates I got, the BreyerFest traditionals I got, the Clarion or secondhand stablemates I got, and then the traditional secondhand horses that I got. My BreyerFest 2023 stablemates are currently not here yet. I did order them all online from the open show on the Friday that the online store opened. And I did that, one, because I knew I wanted Buggy, who was an online only stablemate, and 2, because I was a little bit worried that maybe the sets of the 4 single day stablemates would sell out, which they did eventually sell out online. I don't know if they ever sold out in person, but I know they sold out online, and I do know that Buggy sold out within like an hour or 2 on the online store. So I am really glad that I purchased all of my stablemates online. I also wanted to do more than just one item for shipping purposes. So I did buy Buggy, the Best of BreyerFest set, and the set of 4 event or single day stablemates. Oh, and also the plush on an online order. So that is not here yet. So I will insert a clip of me opening that right here once it arrives. Okay. Weird lighting, I know, but this is post-filming me. So I have my box from Breyer here, and to put it in perspective, BreyerFest ended like a week ago today. And I already have my online order from them. So that's incredible. I actually was shocked when I got home from a work conference today and the box was like inside. I'll have to ask my husband what day it arrived because he was here, but very, very fast. I'm very impressed. So without further ado, these are my, oh hello, come on, you can join. These are my Breyer minis that I got. These are the minis that I got from Breyer. All of them are BreyerFest 2023 models, and yeah, so let's just get into them and see what I got. The only one that is still a question mark is my buggy, because they did do, really? They did do a variation on him, and I, like, fingers crossed that I got the original, the bay, because that is the one that I want. I do not want I think the gold is a decorator, honestly. It's pretty flat, which leads me to believe it's intended to be a decorator color. So yeah, fingers crossed for the bay, because that's the one that I want. Oh yes, and I also got the plush. Hooray. Here he is. This is the set of 4 of the event or single day stablemates. Oh, they sent a little thing. Oh, this is the Toy Hall of Fame promo postcard. So here's my best of BreyerFest set. I'm excited to see what I got, because when I did go in the BreyerFest store with some friends, there were some pretty extreme like variations in the colors on these guys. At quick first glance, it looks like I got a nice set, but let's get everything out. Okay, and then here is Buggy. Let's do the best of BreyerFest stablemates first. So my favorite from this set is Mini Music Row. I love Music Row. I will probably never own one, but I love her so much. So I'm happy that I can at least get a mini version of her. Okay, here we go. I don't plan on keeping all of them. There are only 2 in this set I plan on keeping, and I will show you which ones those are. Okay, so first is my Mini Music Row. I'm really happy with this girl. She does have some dapples, but they're very subtle. And what I was kind of seeing with her was that the ones that had very loud dappling, they were a little bit out of proportion. But hers seem really nice and in proportion, which is exciting. And her markings are really crisp, which is nice. Her whites, like her little white socks, are very crisp, and she's even got some hoof stripes and ermine spots, which is super cute. So I'm happy with, Miss Ma'am, it's not all about you. You are not the star of this show, thank you. And I will also be keeping, this guy. Ooh, I like this one. He's quite dark. This is a dark one. I'm really happy with that. I feel like when he's lighter, it kind of accentuates the fact that his face is shaded a little funky. When he's darker, his face just looks lighter, not white. So I'm glad I got a dark one. And he's really nice. And then the other 3 I'm actually not keeping, but I will pull them out. This is the Mini Fireheart. He looks quite nice. Or I'm sorry, he was Mini Honky Tonk, but Fireheart, Mini Fireheart is the mold. Yeah, he looks quite nice. He's got eye whites. All of his markings are mapped off and pretty crisp. This is the Mini Pearl, who also looks quite nice. This color is really pretty. I'm just not a huge fan of the mold, but she looks to be quite nice still, which is good. And then this one, this is the little Missouri Foxtrotter, who also I will not be keeping, but he does look quite nice. I like the leg barring on that guy. I think they did a good job doing that on a mini. Okay, and again, apologies if the shadows make this kind of hard to see them, but we're working with what we got. I've got like I'm living on borrowed time when it comes to amount of time I have to film this video, so bear with me. Next is going to be the set of the 4 single day stablemates or event stablemates. I will always call them single day stablemates, I think. I love these boxes. They're so much fun. Okay. Similarly, I will be keeping 3 out of the 4 of these guys. So better than my track record with this set. I will be keeping, oh, I forget which one is which. Wait, I know these 2. I don't know these 2. Okay, so let's start with the 2 that I do know. So first we'll do Whip. Whip is the Britian, who is so cute. So cute. Okay. Yes. Oh my gosh. He's so cute. This has to be like one of the nicest mini colors I have seen, maybe ever. Just so detailed for a mini. Like, look at him. Maybe it'll focus on him. Maybe it won't. Look at him. Look at how nice he is. Like, he's so cool. And like his booty gets darker and his head is darker and his snoot is pink. His little snoot is pink. He's just so cool. I'm so glad I started collecting mini Britian. And his hooves are even, like, they could have very easily left his hooves bare plastic and been like, whatever. But they didn't. Even his back hooves have color. They're like completely covered by his feathers. He's so cool. I can't. He's my favorite. Just putting that out there. I think that it's gonna be hard to top that. I think he's gonna be my favorite. Okay, and then Wheeler is the new halflinger pony. I put that in quotes because he's quite large for a pony, so. No, get out of there. Get. Okay, he is a lovely glossy dappled bay on this mold. Miss Man! And he's really cute. I really like the dapples on this one. I definitely think I'm going to show him as something other than a pony, just because of his size. But they did a great job with this color, and his mane and tail are masked off very well. There's very little overspray on him. Which I have seen a few that have some overspray issues, but I think I got a pretty nice one. Okay, now I don't remember which one is which in these boxes, so we're just gonna go with it. This one is Navigator. I think that this is the saddlebred. I was right, hooray! Okay, so this is the only one that I'm not keeping. And I think that this color is really nice. I just don't collect gated horses, so I will not be keeping him, but he's really nice. He's also glossy. His color is very intricate for a mini, and they also masked this off really nicely. Even his little ribbons are masked off like perfectly, so they did do a great job with him. Which means that Teamster is it Corbin? Was that his name? Corbin? The Irish guy. And I really like this horse. This horse, he reminds me of if Golden Sunset was turned into a stablemate, and I love Golden Sunset so much. Oh yeah, he's so pretty. Okay, here he is. I like him so much. We're not gonna focus on the horse? No? Okay. Yeah, he's really cute. I'm a big fan. I like this color and I love this mold. I'm very glad to have another realistic color on this mold. Super excited. He's gonna be fun to find a breed reference for. But I'm up for the challenge because I really like him. Okay. Okay, moment of truth. Buggy time. Please. If not, it shouldn't be too hard to trade. I know a lot of people that got duplicates, but it would be nice to like not have to do that. Can't tell. Oh no. I got the decorator. All right, well, I'll get to see if I really think he's a, oh yeah, this is a decorator, 100%. Okay, well, I had really good BreyerFest luck until this moment, so I can't complain too aggressively much, but this is 100% a decorator color. He is like pink. So yeah, here he is. Buggy. So I'll have to trade for the normal variation of him, but that's no big deal. I'm sure I will be able to get that worked out. That said, these are all of my minis from Breyer. You guys will obviously not see them in the final haul clip or in any of the close-up clips, just because I'm filming this after I filmed the rest of my haul videos. So get a good look at them now. I am going to kind of divvy them up and hopefully find a trade for my deco buggy. So enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that clip of all of my BreyerFest 2023 stablemates. I'm so excited to actually like have them in hand. They're so cute. They did such a good job with them this year. So now I'm going to show you guys the traditional BreyerFest horses that I wound up bringing home. First, obviously everyone knows at this point the surprise horse was Hamilton. And I did have 3 of them. 3? I had 4. I had 4 of them. And I don't collect Hamilton. I don't really collect gaited horses. If I did, I would collect Hamilton because he's lovely, but I just don't collect gaited horses. So I sold 3 of my Stagecoach surprises and then I traded the 4th. So that being said, I don't have any surprise horses, but I still came home with 5 special runs and 4 Brevor 54s. I will only be keeping this one. This was my signing horse, so he has everybody's signatures on him. I'll do a close-up of him at the end, but he's the only one that's staying. I am using 2 as prizes for my CWS photo show this month in July, and then I'm holding on to the 3rd one either for a raffle or a giveaway, but there's the one that's staying. I also didn't get any limited edition traditionals this year. None of those models really spoke to me, but I did come home with plenty of special runs, so let's get into those. Okay, so the first special run I came home with was Speos, and he is this lovely chestnut on the new Animar mold. Breyer did actually surprise everyone, and they did a couple of split runs or variations on some of the special run models. So I'll talk about that a little bit. At time of filming, we don't know any of the run counts. I will definitely include the run count information on the screen because by the time I release this, we will definitely know. But at time of filming, we have no idea. So this is Speos. This is the original version of him, which is the one I wanted because the variation of him was a decorator. And also, if you've been watching for any amount of time, you know that I'm not really a decorator person. I don't really collect decorators. I have 1 decorator, and it's the Wedgwood rotating draft surprise, and I love him. But besides that, I don't collect decorators. So I still wanted the original variation of this guy. I think he's so cool. His color is gorgeous. I love when Breyer does fiery chestnuts like this. I already have a name for this guy and a breed assignment for him, so I can't wait to be able to show him and for my Premier Animar to have a brother because right now he's all alone on his shelf. So now he has a Speos brother. Okay, the second special run I got was Little Piatine, who who is so cute. This is my first Breydy, and I have been wanting to start collecting Breydy for a while, and I just never did, and he was my gateway drug. So if you see a Breydy Conga in future horse room tours, know that he is the one that started it. They also came out with a decorator variation of Peanutine. Again, time of filming, no idea how many there are. I feel like I saw quite a few of both of them. So I don't think that they're micro runs, but I could be wrong. You'll know by the time I post this, so we'll see. But he's very cute. His little face, especially with his ears and his pink nose. He has a really nice, like actually pink nose, so I appreciate that. Okay, my third special run is Wells. Wells, we believe at this point, is the 50-50 matte gloss split. He did come in matte and glossy. He was originally advertised as a matte, and I pulled the glossy. I would have been happy either way. I definitely still want a matte one. He's so pretty in matte. He is really pretty in gloss too, and I am happy that I got the glossy one because he does seem to be more popular, but I would still like a matte one. I love this color on this mold, and he's a really, really cool horse. So would not complain about getting a matte brother for him someday. Okay. Was supposed to be final special run that I brought home was Araba, who is this lovely black extreme Sabino on the Zafira, or the new Arabian show stance mare. And they also did a variation on this girl, but it was a realistic variation. So this is the original. She's this lovely black color. I love the eyes on this model. They're so pretty. And the variation that they did on her, well, actually, I can just show you because I did end up coming home with this one as well, thanks to my lovely friend Laura. This one did come home with me also. So again, as of filming, no idea what the split is, no idea what the run count is on this one. I'm thinking probably in the hundreds, a couple of hundred, if not 50-50. But regardless of what that ends up being, I'm very happy that I came home with her. I personally prefer this color. I love this color, but I do prefer the bay. And she is a bay, she's not roan, there's no roaning on this horse. Maybe she could be considered like a very, very rosy gray, but in my opinion, she's just a really light bay. She doesn't have any like primitive markings or anything like that, no dorsal stripe. She just looks like a light bay to me. I could see her maybe being considered a rose gray, a dark rose gray, but I think that she's a bay. And she's so pretty. I'm very excited to have this one. I think that this was my favorite special, regardless of what the run count ends up being or the run numbers end up being. I think this is my favorite Breyer traditional special run that I came home with, just because I love this color. I think it's so pretty. Okay, and these are all of my BreyerFest special runs. So came home with 5 of them, and I love them all. I'm so excited. Okay, now that you guys have seen both my stablemate scale and my traditional scale special runs from BreyerFest, we are moving on to my Clarion or secondhand purchases that I acquired either immediately before, during, or immediately after BreyerFest. And we're gonna start with stablemates. I truly have no idea what order these are gonna come out in. Okay. So first is this little guy. This is the Bay Roan mystery surprise horse that came from the series that was only released in Canada, and the packaging was in French. So these were extremely hard to find in the States. And I have wanted this guy from that series for a very long time. So I was really excited to find him and add him. Ooh, we're saving that one for last, because that's the most exciting one. Okay, this girl, another drafty, this is Priscilla. She was from the Stablemates Club a couple years back. Another one that I wanted, but I was not willing to pay outrageous prices for. I actually found her at cost at the Clarion, so I was really happy with that. Next one, this is Chiffon, who I actually started collecting this mold because of Mini Music Row that came out this year. This is a 2019 single day stablemate. Words. She's really cute. She's like a red dun Tobiano. Okay, next is this little paint horse. She actually glows in the dark. So I needed more stock horses and I really like this mold. I want to collect more on it. Well, I have a few, but they haven't done very many on that mold. So I want to get as many as I can because I really like it. Next, this is Anya. She was a single day stablemate from the Gateway to India BreyerFest. And I also collect this mold. I think it's so pretty. I think that's one of the nicest stock molds that Breyer has in stablemate scale. And I really like her color. So I was super happy to finally be able to add her. Next is this little, I think this guy was just a regular run, but he is on this Spanish mold. It's like the Spanish striking mold. He was a Breyer resin, maybe even porcelain, before he got shrunk down to be a stablemate. And I also have started collecting this mold, and this, the only one I don't have on that mold right now is the one that came in all black. So maybe soon. Okay, next is another single day stablemate. This was another one from the Gateway to India BreyerFest. I think that his name is Mishti, something like that. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. I truly don't know how to pronounce that one's name. Another one that I had been after for a while. I officially, after this BreyerFest, have every single day stablemate that I am interested in obtaining, which is so exciting. It was so cool to be able to just like check all of those off my ISO. Also, all of the Stablemates Club horses I'm interested in obtaining outside of Gambler's Choice horses. So 2 like big milestones in my mini collection, which is really cool. Okay, next was this little pony. I just couldn't leave this guy. He was so cute, and he was new in box when I got him. He's on the little Shetland pony mold, which I love. I can always use more mini ponies. I have very few, so he was super cute and I'm glad to have him. I think he was just a regular run, but he's so cute. Okay, and then the last one before I do the big exciting reveal is also just another pony. This is just a blue roan Highland pony, also a regular run, but so cute. That one even has eye whites, which was really exciting. Okay, and then really quick, also before the big exciting one, is my little resin Renaissance medallion, which was also given to me by my friend Laura for just hanging out and having a good time. This is my only medallion. I have never owned a medallion before, so ta-da! I actually might put it in a shadow box. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to do something special with it because it's so cool. And the resin feels so like fancy. I'm used to plastic, I'm not used to resin, so it feels really cool. Okay, and then my most exciting mini addition this year is this guy. This is the Wedgwood Diesel. So Diesel is like arguably the hardest to obtain Stablemates Club Gambler's Choice model. I think maybe the only one that's even close to him is Valerio, which is the mini Albarosa, which I do have all of them, but this is my first Diesel. I don't have any of them. Well, now I have one, but I didn't have any of them prior to BreyerFest. And there were actually 2 of this guy when I first saw him, and at the time I didn't pull the trigger on him because they are pricey. And after I sold a couple of my surprise horses, I was like, you know what, I want to go back, I want to find those Diesels at the Clarion. And one of them had sold, and I snatched this one as fast as I could. because he was the only one I saw all weekend. There was the brindle and there was this guy, and the brindle had sold, was the one that had sold. But those were the only two diesels I saw all weekend. So very happy with that one. He makes me very happy. So now I have two decorators, both Wedgwood, if that tells you anything. So here are my Clarion stablemates purchases for 2023. Okay, upon reconsideration, I realized I forgot a stablemate. Only because I took this one to the open show. So he was in different tote. This is Butter. Butter was a British Invasion single day stablemate. And I bought him from my friend Kenzie. And he's actually my second Butter. My first Butter met a very tragic end, and I was so sad. And I knew that I wanted to use him for my collector's class entry, so I was really happy that Kenzie was selling hers and that I was able to snag him. He also stands better than my last one did, so it was like a win-win situation. But he's really exciting too. I would say probably second only to my Diesel, because I love this horse. And I'm so glad I didn't forget him, because I definitely almost did. So here is Butter. He gets his own private feature. Okay, now we are on to traditionals. In truly no particular order, except for that I'm going to do my most exciting 4 at the end. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to rank them most exciting to least exciting, because there's 4 of them that I'm just so excited about. So we'll see. Okay, first is Glossy Catch Me. I was able to actually trade with my friend Crystal, my lovely friend Crystal, for this guy. And I have wanted him ever since he came out. There was that one year that Breyer just absolutely killed me with CCA. They came out with 6 different glossies and I wanted like 5 of them. And I've been able to track down all of them now except for Glossy Dominante. But Glossy Catch Me was definitely a nice addition to that year's set of Glossy CCA horses. I think the other ones that I have right now, just off the top of my head, are Glossy Easy to Spot and Glossy Winks. But I know there's more from that year that I do have up in the horse room. But I didn't have this guy. And he's so nice and gloss. His little pink nose is just so cute. So I'm really happy to have him, and I am so glad that Crystal and I were able to trade. Okay, this guy was really exciting. So this is, here we go. This is Wind Talker, who was some sort of a limited edition. I truly don't know the details of his run off the top of my head, but some sort of a limited edition on the Smarty Jones mold. And he's really, really nice. I got an absolute steal on this guy. And he does need maybe a little bit of love, but I think between myself and husband Sam's painting abilities, we will definitely be able to revive this guy to show worthiness. He was an impulse buy for sure, but when I saw his price, I was like, I'm gonna take a chance on that. And I've definitely always wanted one of these guys. His color is just so pretty. This Gruya with the Overo pattern it's very nice. And he's got one blue eye and one brown eye. And I need to find his stand, but here he is. Okay, my next addition was little, I think it's Jingles. Whatever the name is. This was an early 2000s holiday horse. And this is the only realistic obtainable Misty that I do not have. And I didn't really want the full Christmas get up. I've got so many Christmas decorations for my collection and for the horse room already. I really just wanted the horse. And this was the only set that this was the only horse that I saw that didn't include the set. And she was such a great price that I just couldn't say no. I didn't really want to have to pay for the whole set because I didn't want to keep the carriage and everything. I just don't have the room for any more Christmas decorations with regards to like my shelves or my collection or anything. I have so much. So I was really wanting one without that set, and I found one. So here she is. She's purely a nostalgic piece for me. She's in great condition though, I will say that. But yeah, she completes my realistically obtainable Misty Kanga, and I can't wait to put her upstairs with all of her sisters. Okay, my next addition is this lovely girl. This is Melange on the Giselle mold, and she was a Just About Horses limited edition from 2010. I was able to buy her off my friend Hannah, so thank you Hannah for this girl. She's another one that needs just a little bit of love, but I wholeheartedly believe that we can restore her to her show worthiness with a little bit of elbow grease. So I'm really excited to have added her. She's one of, again, similar to the Misty, one of the only realistically obtainable ones I needed for my Giselle Kanga still. I need a Hira, but that's really about it. So I'm very happy to have added her this year. Okay, my next set is actually new in box, so I'm gonna do one of these. This is the Fantasia and Full set. That's what I will say, because I'm not gonna try to pronounce all of that and do it incorrectly. But this is the Andalusian Mare Full regular run set that came out a bit ago. It hasn't been in production for quite a few years now, and I never bought them when they originally got released. And this is the only realistic Andalusian Mare Full set, realistically obtainable Andalusian Mare Full set that I do not have. So when I saw them, I was very excited, and there were only a few of them in the Clarion that I saw, and some of them were going for outrageous prices for regular runs. And so I was able to get these guys for their original cost, new in the box. Haven't taken them out yet. I definitely will before I do a close-up, but I'm very excited to have found them and added them. I should have just bought them when they came out, but I didn't. But that's okay, now I have them. Okay, I'm going to include this guy in my haul because he arrived literally while I was in Kentucky. This is my glossy Cancion, who was the first release of the 2023 Premier Club. And again, considering him a BreyerFest purchase because he literally arrived while I was in Kentucky, and I love him. I love this mold. It's so pretty. I literally just unboxed him a couple of minutes before I started filming this, and he's gorgeous. I happen to think that I got a dark one just based on the ones I saw at the Clarion, which is pretty exciting. I think I like him better dark. He's got beautiful dapples. His blaze is mapped. He's got tri-colored eyes. He's just so cool. But I do really like this model in particular. He's very, very nice. Okay, and I am very excited about this one too. This is Bali Lee, who was a web special, one of the original, like very beginning web specials on the Flash mold. And he's this like beautiful light flaxen chestnut glossy color because of course I needed another chestnut flash. I think I've got like 5 or 6 chestnut flashes now. I saw him and he spoke to me and he came home with me. So here he is. I do have his COA, which is nice, and he's really cute. I'm really happy that he came home, even if he was a bit of an impulse purchase. I think that he's a really nice little pony. My window is getting smaller. Okay, so we are now into my final 4 horses, and it is very, very difficult for me to rank these 4 in terms of favorites and the ones I'm most excited about, because I'm excited about all of them. But I am going to try. So bringing it in 4th is the lovely My Kind of Town. My Kind of Town is an event model from the Sweet Home Chicago event. I was able to purchase this guy off my friend Hannah, the same one that I purchased melange from, and he is so cool. He's so cool. His color is amazing. You guys know that event models are kind of my jam. I just think that they're so collectible and unique, and the colors are so beautiful. So I was really, really happy to have added him. I know I saw a couple of him at the Clarion, but I was really happy to be able to get one from a friend. So here he is. He would have been the, I think, 11th event model in my collection up to this point. So very excited to have added one. Okay, the second and the third I'm equally excited about. So I can't rank them in terms of favorites. And then similarly, I don't think I said this, but it was very difficult for me to rank these four in terms of favorites as well. So these ones are all kind of in the same grouping for me, and then probably Valley Lee, and then my top four. So there's a little bit of semblance of the ones I'm the most excited about, but it's so hard to say because I'm excited about all of them. So maybe I'm just making this up. Okay. The next one is Patty. So I finally brought home a Patty. Patty was a web special from, I think, 2012. Let's see. I was right, 2012. He's obviously on the Cleveland Bay mold, and he's intended to be this like clipped horse where he's still got his legs that are unclipped, his saddle mark that's unclipped, and then these cute little shamrocks on his booty that are unclipped. He's pretty hard to find these days. I've only ever seen a few for sale myself. And I was able to buy him from my friend Lauren, who I was able to meet for the first time at BreyerFest. So, sense of theme, I bought a lot of these horses from friends, which was really, really cool. And I'm also so excited to show this one. I cannot wait to put him on a table. So I will definitely be featuring him in the months to come, but I am so excited to have brought one of these guys home. There's like just enough room for my face now. Okay, good, good. Okay, second to last horse. This is Chesapeake, and I'm just gonna talk over her because that's where we are at with room right now. Chesapeake is another event model. She was from Chasing the Chesapeake, wouldn't you know it? And she is this lovely glossy chestnut on the Giselle mold, and she was my big impulse purchase. I did not plan on taking one of these home. I saw her for a really good price, and I have been wanting one, and I've been eyeballing ads. I missed out on one back in February that like breaks my heart still to even think about, because it was such a good deal and she was really nice and so pretty. And I think that kind of played into my decision to spend a reasonable amount of money on one, because I had missed out on her and I was so bummed out about it. And I did get this one for quite a good price in my opinion. So I'm very excited to have her, and I definitely want to get this one on a show table. So very excited. Shark. Very excited to have brought her home. Running out of room. Good thing we're on the very last horse. And this is the one I will say, and it's so hard to say because I'm so excited to have all of these horses, but I think that I will say that this one is the one I am the most excited about, which is funny because I actually picked him up like the day before I left for BreyerFest, maybe 2 days before I left for BreyerFest. And he was supposed to be a BreyerFest pickup. I purchased him from my friend Sam, another Sam. There's so many of us. And he was originally supposed to be a BreyerFest pickup, but it just so happened that the pickup person ended up being in my area, so I ended up picking him up before BreyerFest, actually, right before BreyerFest actually started. But I'm still considering him a BreyerFest purchase because he was. And I have wanted to add this horse for years. And similarly to Chesapeake, I did miss out on one earlier in the year that was just a little bit too rich for my blood. He went for just a little bit more than what I was hoping to pay for this horse. So I took my hat out of the race respectfully. But Not this time. This time he came home with me. I'm so excited. That is El Capitan, who I'm going to hold because his stand is currently upstairs. So, and there's really not enough room for me to put him on this table at this point. But El Capitan was a Passage to the Pacific event boutique model. And he is stunning. I love him so much. He is like a gorgeous, barely metallic, but a little bit bronzy, liver chestnut on the Salinero mold. And yeah, he's so cool and special, and I can't believe I own one. I'm very excited. This was like my big excite. They're all exciting, but this one was very exciting. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say about him other than that he's so cool, and I'm so thankful to Sam for thinking of me when she decided to sell this guy, and that he truly has a special place in my collection, like truly. Yeah, there are very few Salineros now that I have yet to add. There are a few, but he was at the top of that list for ones I still wanted to add. And yeah, I can't wait to be able to feature him and take more pictures of him and take him to all of the shows, and yeah, just to get to cherish him in my collection. I'm so thankful and so excited for him. So he was my big excite. And all of them really, like, now that I'm looking at them two all out in one place, it's so exciting, and I'm very thankful that I was able to come home with so many really exciting horses. I definitely went with quality over quantity, even though the quantity is still something to be said, I think. I came home with over 10 horses. I don't think I came home with over 20 traditionals though. So that's something. Okay, update. Final count was 21 if you include all of my bravours, which you shouldn't because I'm only keeping one. So under 20 traditionals and probably close to 20 minis, honestly, when all is said and done. So not terrible, not terrible. I'm just like clutching this horse. Because I don't have anywhere to put him. I'll let him sit on a pouch. But that is that. Now you've seen every single horse I purchased at BreyerFest, and I am going to do close-ups on the ones that I have right now. Okay folks, well that is my I'm not gonna be able to film this clip. That is my 2023 BreyerFest haul. Yeah, I'm so excited. Couple of disclaimers. I know I have a lot of younger followers. I'm an adult. I'm an attorney. I went to school for a very long time. I'm obviously financially independent, and BreyerFest is a big, fun investment for me. So spend responsibly and enjoy your plastic horses. But yeah, this is such a great hobby. It's such a great thing to put time and effort and energy into. It's educational and artistic, and there's such a diverse group of people in the hobby, and I have international friends from the hobby that I would never have gotten to know if it wasn't for these silly plastic horses. So happy collecting. Enjoy this video. I hope you guys all got some exciting goodies at BreyerFest, no matter how big or small. I hope you got stuff that you enjoy and stuff that you love and stuff that you are going to cherish like I was able to. But happy collecting. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said at the beginning, if you guys want to see more of my BreyerFest content, any of the pictures or TikToks, reels that I shared, head over to my Instagram. It's where I'm the most active. I post almost every single day on Instagram. I've got lots to share, and you'll get to see lots of these horses featured in the near future, especially, I'm sure, in some of my upcoming live show posts. But that is all I have for you guys. Thank you for bearing with me through this and for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. I want you to